Welcome to Today in Nerd History. The Star Trek episode, Return to Tomorrow, aired February 9, 1966. In this episode, the Enterprise is guided to a distant, long-dead world where survivors of an extremely ancient race, existing only as disembodied energy, desire the bodies of Kirk, Spock, an astrobiologist, and Mulhall so that they may live again. The Star Trek episode, The Return of the Archons, aired February 9, 1967. In this episode, while investigating the disappearance of the USS Archon on the planet Beta 3, Kirk and his crew encounter an old-style Western community brainwashed and subservient to a sinister godlike figure called Landru. The Warriors was released February 9, 1979. In this movie, in the near future, a charismatic leader summons the street gangs of New York City in a bid to take it over. When he is killed, the Warriors are falsely blamed and now must fight their way home, while every other gang is hunting them down. The Star Trek The Next Generation episode, Clues, aired February 9, 1991. In this episode, upon investigating a newly discovered Class M planet, the crew are knocked unconscious. Data claims that they had only lost 30 seconds, but the crew begin to discover clues that Data may be lying about more than just that small detail. The Star Trek Voyager episode, Tsunkatse, February 9, 2000. In this episode, 7 of 9 and Tuvok are kidnapped while on an away mission, and 7 is forced to fight in their gladiator-like competition, or Tuvok will not receive the medical attention that he requires. Guest starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Happy Birthday, Joe Pesci, born February 9, 1943. Joseph Frank Pesci is an American actor and musician. He is known for playing tough, volatile characters in a variety of genres, and for his collaborations with Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese in the films Raging Bull, Goodfellas, Casino and The Irishman. He also appeared in Once Upon a Time in America, Moonwalker, JFK, A Bronx Tale and The Good Shepherd. His comedy roles include such movies as the first 2 installments in the Home Alone franchise, My Cousin Vinny and the Lethal Weapon franchise. He won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role as the psychopathic gangster Tommy DeVito in Goodfellas, and received 2 other nominations in the same category for playing Joey LaMotta and Russell Bufalino in 1980's Raging Bull and in 2019's The Irishman, respectively. He announced his retirement from acting in 1999, but has appeared in 3 films since then. He is also a musician who has recorded 3 studio albums. Little Joe Shaw Can Sing, Vincent LaGuardia Gambini Sings, Just for You and Pesci. Still Singing. Remembering Bob Baker, born February 9, 1924, and passed away November 28, 2014. Robert Allison Baker III was a puppeteer and marionette maker. In 1966, he supplied the movement for Sulu's animated plant, Beauregard. The Star Trek episode The Man Trap. Baker was the owner of Bob Baker Marionettes, a marionette theater company. Although this was where his primary work was focused, he had done puppeteer work for other Hollywood projects, including a 1959 episode of Hawaiian Eye and the 1961 movie Susan Slade. He was responsible for the monster model used in the classic science fiction, the horror movie Monster from the Ocean Floor, produced by Roger Corman, and also performed marionettes for the 1960 Elvis Presley film G.I. Blues. Happy Birthday, Mia Farrow, born February 9, 1945. Maria de Lourdes Villas Farrow, known professionally as Mia Farrow, is an American actress, activist and former fashion model. She first gained notice for her role as Allison Mackenzie in the soap opera Peyton Place, and gained further recognition for her short-lived marriage to Frank Sinatra. An early movie role, as Rosemary in Rosemary's Baby, saw her nominated for a BAFTA and a Golden Globe for Best Actress. She went on to appear in movies such as John and Mary, Follow Me, The Great Gatsby, and Death on the Nile. She was in a relationship with Woody Allen from 1980 to 1992, and appeared in 12 of his 13 films over that period, including Zelig, Broadway Danny Rose, The Purple Rose of Cairo, Hannah and Her Sisters, Radio Days, Crimes and Misdemeanors, Alice and Husbands and Wives. Her later movie roles include Widow's Peak, The Omen, Be Kind Rewind, Dark Horse and the Arthur series of movies. She has appeared in more than 50 movies and won numerous awards, including a Golden Globe Award, received 7 additional Golden Globe nominations, and 3 BAFTA nominations. She is known for her extensive work as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador, and is involved in humanitarian activities in Darfur, Chad, and the Central African Republic. Happy birthday Marianna Hill, born February 9, 1941. Her film debut came in Married Too Young in 1962, and she played Dr. Helen Noel in the Star Trek episode Dagger of the Mind in 1966. She worked steadily from the early 1960s until the early 1980s. Her movies included a number of B-movies, such as The Invisible Strangler. She was in the Perry Mason episode, The Case of the Greek Goddess, and played Nina Link in the Outer Limits episode, I, Robot. She adopted her mother's surname, Hill, as her professional surname. She has appeared in more than 70 films and television episodes, including Chief Zabu in 2016. She played Gabrielle in Red Line 7000 and co-starred in the Elvis Presley movies Roustabout and Paradise, Hawaiian Style, El Condor, High Plains Drifter, and The Godfather Part 2. She guest-starred in Bonanza, Death Valley Days, The High Chaparral, Gunsmoke, The Wild Wild West, The FBI, Mission Impossible, Quincy, M.E., SWAT, Kung Fu, Mannix, Batman, Daniel Boone, The Tall Man and the first pilot movie for Harry O. Remembering Gene Lyons, born February 9, 1921, and passed away July 8, 1974. He was an American TV actor from Pittsburgh, best known for his role as Police Commissioner Dennis Randall on Ironside. A lifetime member of the Actors Studio, he was in Woman with a Past and on Perry Mason in The Case of the Wrathful Wraith. He also made guest appearances on nearly 24 other series including The Dick Van Dyke Show, Gunsmoke, The Fugitive, Ben Casey, the Star Trek episode A Taste of Armageddon, the Twilight Zone episode King 9 Will Not Return, the Alfred Hitchcock Hour and The Untouchables. He also appeared in movies including Kiss Her Goodbye and The Young Don't Cry. Remembering Roy Jenson, born February 9, 1927, and passed away April 24, 2007. He was the Canadian-born actor who played Cloud William in the Star Trek episode The Omega Glory. A tall, strong-built, imposing actor, he was a veteran of the Navy during World War II, after which he began acting. He appeared primarily in westerns early in his career, but ultimately appeared in a wide variety of genres. He made several appearances on Gunsmoke and Bonanza, and also performed stunts for both of these series. Other programs in which he has made guest appearances include Wagon Train, The Andy Griffith Show, The Invaders, Mission Impossible, The Rockford Files, Fantasy Island, and Simon and Simon. He was also part of the cast of the miniseries Rich Man, Poor Man, How the West Was Won and King. He also had a role in the TV movie Helter Skelter. His other TV movies and pilots include Powder Keg, Kung Fu and its 1986 follow-up, Kung Fu, the movie Call to Danger and Nightside. He has also appeared a large number of feature films. Among his earliest was Somebody Up There Likes Me in 1956. He also made an uncredited appearances in Warlock, Operation Mad Ball, The Last Hurrah, Al Capone, North to Alaska, 36 Hours, Morituri, and Our Man Flint. He had larger, credited roles in such movies as Let No Man Write My Epitaph, Black Spurs, Harper, Will Penny, Jigsaw, Number 1, Paint Your Wagon, Big Jake, The Getaway, The Life and Times of Judge Roy Bean, Nightmare Honeymoon and The Way We Were. In 1973, he co-starred in the science fiction classic Soylent Green. That same year, he co-starred in The Outfit, and in 1974, he had a role in Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. Also in 1974, he played what is probably his most famous movie role, Claude Mulvihill, in Chinatown. He had supporting roles in such well-known films as Breakout, The Wind and the Lion, Framed, The Car, Telephone, The Gauntlet, Every Which Way But Loose, Any Which Way You Can, Tom Horn, Honky Tonk Man and Solar Crisis. He died of cancer when he was 80 years old. Remembering Ronnie Claire Edwards, born February 9, 1933, and passed away June 14, 2016. She is perhaps best known for her role as Corabeth Walton Godsey in the TV series The Waltons and its TV movie spin-offs. She was in the final Dirty Harry sequel The Dead Pool and played Tala in the Star Trek The Next Generation episode, Thine Own Self. Happy birthday, Julie Warner, born February 9, 1965. She is an actress from New York City, who played the role of Christy Henshaw in 2 episodes of Star Trek, The Next Generation, Booby Trap, and Transfigurations. These 2 episodes were among her earliest work as a professional actress. She began acting professionally while attending the Dalton School, where a meeting with an acting agent led to a gig on the TV soap opera Guiding Light. She ultimately attended Brown University, graduating with a major in theater arts in 1987 and moving to Los Angeles. She made her movie debut with a brief role in 1990's Flatliners. This was soon followed roles in multiple major feature films such as Doc Hollywood, Mr. Saturday Night, Indian Summer, The Puppet Masters and Tommy Boy. From 1999 through 2001, she played Danny Lipton on Family Law. From 2003 through 2006, she had a recurring role as Megan O'Hara on Nip Tuck. She also starred as Howie Mandel's wife on The Private Life of a Public Nuisance. Her other TV credits include a brief recurring role on Party of Five and guest spots on Herman's Head, Scrubs and House. Other credits include the 2016 gymnastics comedy Stick It and the movie Forever Strong. Remembering Walt Davis, born February 9, 1929, and passed away September 21, 1981. He played Vickers in the Battlestar Galactica episodes, The Gun on Ice Planet Zero, Part 1, and The Gun on Ice Planet Zero, Part 1. He also had 3 appearances on Star Trek as a therapist in Dagger of the Mind, a Romulan in Balance of Terror, and a Klingon in Errand of Mercy. Happy birthday, Jimmy Bennett, born February 9, 1996. James Michael Bennett is an American actor and musician. He is known for his roles as a child actor in Daddy Daycare, Hostage, The Amityville Horror, Poseidon, Evan Almighty, Orphan, Shorts, and as young James T. Kirk in the 2009 film Star Trek.
Well, that's it for today, folks. I appreciate you listening, and if you enjoyed the show, please feel free to tell your friends about little old me here. Have a wonderful day.